Let's go, baby. Let's try this house out. First time. Excuse me, any technical or strange things happening. And what you can also see is that now the screen is bigger because normally when I am recording, I am minimizing the screen. So now you see everything. You even see the mess of all my beautiful fruits and vegetables there. So, welcome, welcome, beautiful soul. Very beautiful to have you here and to have you also watch this live and go into a grounding meditation. So, this meditation I have learned during a meditation week, and it comes from Mr. Thich Nhat Hanh. So, it is a walking meditation and it really helps you to ground into your feet because aren't we all busy all day long with the past and with the present? And that's what our head does, and that's also the job of our head. So we there's no need of saying that it's doing a wrong job, but at the same time, sometimes it's really nice to just sink into your feet, isn't it? So let's go and do that. And this we are going to do with a walking meditation. So if you are someone that is like very often in your head, then this meditation is really for you. And I think, like, I, let me tell you about the situation I had when I was in Africa. Because when I was in Africa, there were all these young guys, because I was working in a children's home for street boys. So all these boys, they were really living in the now. And then we had other volunteers, and they were really frustrated with that because these boys, they never had any thoughts about future and about wanting things, but these boys, they really were just living in the now. And these volunteers, the other volunteers, they were like, can't they even think about preparing themselves for exams and things like that? And I was like, hey, but this is really funny because in my country, in the Netherlands, many of us were talking about how it would be nice if we are living more in the now, which is why we are following Thich Nhat Hanh and all those beautiful teachers that we have everywhere in the world. But in some places, they live in the now and then they do not take that much account of the future. So I think it's really good to have the mix of it. Not like in my country that your future is already planned out until you are retiring, because you are going through schooling system and then you go work and then sometimes you change work and you can choose the direction of what you're going to study and what you're going to work. But in general, life's already arranged. If you follow the flow of the social conventions, then you are born, you have some time in your diapers, then at some point you go to primary school when you're 4 years old, which is quite early, I think, but still. And then until 18, you are in regular school, then you go to university or practical university, or you're going to work. And then from there, you are stuck in a job, and before 30 you marry, and before 30 you have your first child, and then by the time you are around 60 you have your first grandchild. That's a little bit like the normal structure that we have in my country, which is totally not the case in at least not in my perception in the school where I was working in the project in the rehabilitation center where I was working with the street boys. So, like, for us as humans to have this moment in which we are grounding into our being, it really helps us to have like different tools that help us into the now. So this is one of those exercises. This exercise, to me, it's calming me down, but it's also giving me perspective and it's energizing me. So it's calming down my nervous system. And from there, I learn, hey, oh, there's a different part of me that is like totally lighted up. And then I have energy to do different things. So just seek for yourself what the effects are of this meditation. And I'm wishing you a very beautiful meditation. So this meditation is active. So my invitation to you is, doesn't matter where you are. I will do it here in the caravan space or in the tent space. So it doesn't matter where you are, but when you want to take most out of it, do it when you are outside and do it in nature. Yeah, that is going to benefit you more. But if for this moment, for this video, you are doing it here, then go ahead, just do it here where you are. So what we're going to do is walk with all our awareness to our feet. And I'm not sure about you, but me, when I'm walking in general, I look around me, but I am totally not aware of all the muscles and all the joints and all the work my feet are doing. So this is a moment when you bring all your attention to your feet, that you can become really aware of what is happening there. And that is relaxing you. So let me step a little bit back. So you're not going to see my feet, but well, just imagine that you are just focusing on your feet, because that is what the aim is. And then you just, like, I start with my right foot, but if you feel like doing it with your left foot, to go ahead. I just take it up very consciously. I'm very conscious about my hips moving, about my leg moving upwards, about my knee bending. And then I put my heel on the ground and slowly I roll down my foot until the whole foot is touching the ground from heels to toes. And if you are now standing still, and some of you may be out of balance at this moment, that's totally normal. It took me a year before I wasn't out of balance anymore. But if you notice at this point where you're standing, you see that from your other leg, your heel is already up in the air. So now you're going to bend that other leg and you are moving it forwards. You put the heel on the ground, for that you stretch your leg. And then bit by bit, you are moving your foot all the way to having all the attention, but also all the weight on this one foot that is completely on the ground. And you have seen and have become aware that your other foot is again with the heel loose from the ground. In general, because our legs are, both of them are same length. So when you have all your weight on one leg, that means that your heel of the other foot has to come upwards. Yeah, so this is how you can do it, but there's also another technique that you can do it. So let me step back again. And then I'm bringing, it's the same exercise. I'm bringing my foot forward, but I keep my attention to this one foot that I have now stepped forward with. So it's down with the heel. I'm bringing all my weight to that foot. I keep my attention to that same foot while I move the other one. And then I feel how my heel is rolling upwards and how I'm standing on my toes of this one foot for a moment before I am moving that foot through the air. Feel the air moving, and then you put back your heel on the ground. and move around your weight until you are completely at with your whole weight at that one foot. So this is a way. We step back a bit. This is a way in which you can, like, if you exercise this and you have all your attention at the feet moving, then at some point you can extend that to your knees, you can extend it to your hips. Maybe you also find that you are moving your upper body when you are walking, and you can just sort of like sink into that body. Now, one of the big benefits of doing an exercise like this is that you're not only practicing being in the now during the walk, but at some point, as I said, like first you have all your attention to your feet, then you are having attention to different parts of your body. So you are extending your attention in the now. But when you practice this enough, you will also be able to extend your whole presence and awareness to other tasks too. You know, this is just like a gateway that is helping you to go from the first step, which is being like totally in the now with the walk that you're doing. And a walk like this is going really slow. It's not like a fast walk, it starts really slow, but at some point, because you are extending that experience, because you're practicing bit by bit, you are going to see that there are benefits, that there's like a ripple effect, there are benefits to other things that you can do that are keeping you in the now. So I'm wishing for you that you are taking on this practice, because this practice, it can really change around how you, like, how you go through the day, how you manage yourself. The fact that I am becoming much faster aware of what is happening inside of me is, amongst others, thanks to exercises like this. So that is what I wish for you, because, my dear soul, you are the most important in your life. And you, when you thrive, the whole world thrives. And that is so important, that you, like, uncover that magnificence that is there inside of you, and that you bring it out, even when it's uncomfortable, that you bring it out to the world, because that is your reason here on earth. Sending you so much love, and so happy that you have been watching this live. Take good care. Bye bye.